Today is International Chest Day, so we're gonna be talking about how to build an awesome chest. There's a difference between having a strong bench press, and that's typically the first thing people think of when they think of a chest. They think of flat bench press. How much do you bench press? But one thing people don't understand is that so many other muscles come into play when doing a bench press. So we're gonna be taking those muscles out of the equation. We're gonna be pre-exhausting, building an amazing chest. Let's get after it. So the first one we're gonna start off with to pre-exhaust is gonna be an incline cable fly. We're gonna be moving next into an incline dumbbell or machine press. Finally, we're gonna be moving on to a flat dumbbell bench press. Lastly, we're gonna be finishing off with a tricep to absolutely annihilate the chest. But first, let's start up with that pre-exhaustion on the incline cable fly. We have 2 warm-up sets and then 3 working sets. We're gonna be doing 12 to 14 reps. Now the reason we're doing this first is because we're gonna be pre-exhausting. We're trying to take the triceps and the anterior delts out of it. So you're gonna want an incline bench set up no higher than a 45-degree angle. And again, find a cable apparatus and center your bench to where you're gonna want to be pulling down, keeping the elbow, shoulder, and wrist all in the same angle. And this first set, just nice and easy. We're not trying to prove anyone to anything right now. This workout, you gotta check your ego at the door. Because we're doing those heavy compound movements second and third after we've already pre-exhausted, you're not gonna be as strong. This has always been one of my favorite isolation movements. And then when I say isolation versus compound, isolation, we're only using one joint here. We're using our shoulder joint to move the weight, whereas in a compound movement, you're using your elbow and shoulder. So that's a compound exercise. I use the cables because it's allowing me to keep tension on the pec throughout the entire time without using any anterior delt or the tricep. The bench was a little bit off-centered there, so that's what warm-up sets are for. We're using a lighter weight, and then I'm able to adjust my bench here. You saw my hand position. I wasn't in a parallel grip here. I'm using more of a pronated grip. And that's because it just puts the angle of my upper chest at more of an advantageous position here. We're using the cables and then also gravity to really give us that resistance on the way down and then a full contraction on the way up. Main thing to remember here, that elbow joint. We're not pressing here. We're keeping that elbow joint locked in the same angle throughout the entire time, focusing on that nice chest contraction there. Rest period on this, about 60 seconds is all. I'm not actually seated all the way down. I'm actually on my feet, butt and back is against the pad. And the reason I do this is this, to me, it's gonna be easier for me to arch my back off of the pad. And again, we're not looking to put our core at any risk. So I'm actually gonna keep my heels on the ground, push up, keep my butt, and that's not gonna allow me to arch as much. It's gonna allow me to keep contact with that pad all the time. All right, we got 3 working sets, 12 to 14 reps. Really concentrate on keeping that elbow angle the same throughout and squeezing at the end. Give it a good squeeze, control the weight on the way down. You know, we're not looking to stretch it past 90 degrees. It puts more of a risk on our shoulder joint. Drop the pen, we got the second set. Now you can never isolate 100% fully one area of your chest, but by doing this at an incline, we're using a little bit of anterior delt, just a little bit, and then that upper pec. So here we go, second set. Cables are such a good way to start off a workout if you're looking to pre-exhaust. All right, third and final working set on this exercise. Drop the pen one, go up in weight, increase that weight. Last set, best set. Here we go. Little rest pause at the top here. Chest is on fire, and that's just exercise number one. Should be feeling it from the top down, really that inside of the pec too with the cables. All right, that's it for the first exercise. Let's move on to the second one. Our second exercise we're gonna be doing in this chest workout is gonna be an incline Smith machine press. So one thing we always talk about in bodybuilding and fitness is having a balanced approach. And that means top down from your physique. So one body part shouldn't overpower another. We started off with a cable. Now we're moving to a Smith machine press. We're attacking it from all different angles. So in this exercise, we're gonna be doing 3 sets and then throwing kind of a nasty little drop set in there. We're gonna be shooting for 8 to 10 reps. And on this one, we're gonna be changing up the negative part of the movement. On this, we're gonna slow it down even more to 4 seconds down and then exploding up. So we don't need to warm up. The chest still has a little pec pop in it. We're not gonna want that by the end of it. We're gonna want so much blood in those pecs that we can't bounce them. Our grip is gonna be a little bit closer than what we might do on a normal flat bench press. Thumbs wrapped around the bar. And the Smith machine's nice if you're working out alone. You can rack it at any different place within your bench press movement. That anterior delt is coming into play, especially because we're on an incline here, so that anterior delt and chest. But because we've already fatigued the chest is still failing before the anterior delt. Again, my elbows aren't flared out all the way here. They're not next to my chest either. They're somewhere right in the middle there. Getting a nice press, nice squeeze, almost a scooping motion, all the way to the top. As it starts getting tougher, you know, I keep my feet pressed firmly on there. I don't want to start raising my hips and raising my feet in the air, so the feet set the base for the rest of the lift. Here we go. Again, it's that mind-muscle connection. If you can stay connected with the area that you're working out, you're always gonna get a better workout. We're not just coming to the gym half-assing, you know, just going through the motions. You come to the gym with a purpose. You come to the gym knowing what you want to achieve. So the chest is already getting super filled up with blood because we've done that cable work beforehand. We've put in the pre-exhaustion. The last one, we're gonna be throwing a little wrench in there. We're gonna be throwing a drop set in with it. But again, this is you time. You're coming to the gym for you. You know, what you put in is what you're gonna get out. So turn off the cell phone, limit the distractions. Here we go. Set number 3, straight into a drop set. So I use the Smith machine there. 7 1/4 reps there. But again, that's where I want it to fail, just right about that 7 range. I'm gonna strip it down to the point where I only have a 45 on each side. And what we're gonna be doing is going super wide here, doing 5 to 7 reps, then bringing our hands in closer, doing 5 to 7 reps, and then finally with a close grip bench press, 5 to 7 reps. So here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finish it off with a close grip. 5. And that is just taking it past, one of the techniques to take it past failure, to lighten up the weight, switch up the grip. Again, it's gonna bring in more triceps as we go closer, but it's hitting just a little bit different area each time we change up that grip. The next movement we're gonna be doing is the flat dumbbell press. Now, the reason I like to use the dumbbells is because we're gonna be doing some isolateral work. Everything else, we were doing both arms at the same time. So we're gonna be working with one arm while the other one's resting and then switching it up. Again, concentrating on the negative side of things, and then we're really gonna explode out of there. So my right arm is just gonna stay put while I'm using the left to press up. 3, 4, and then we just switch it. So we've increased the weight for our second set here. We're gonna be shooting for at least 8 to 10 reps on here. Last time, I held my right arm while I did the left first. So this time I'm gonna be alternating and switching it up. Nice and controlled. Again, our set here is gonna be twice as long. So the time under tension, we're holding it, even in that offhand, some of that pec is working, that anterior delta is working. while we are actually doing the exercise with the other hand. So again, take that 90 seconds, full recovery, back at it. All right, we got set number 3 here. A lot of good work has gone into this workout already. We're gonna finish strong. So last set, best set on this, and then we're gonna jump into a tri-set. Here we go. So I'm back to using the arm I started off with since we're only doing 3 sets here. That right there is a killer. Isolation work, making sure each side gets the same amount of work as the other. You know, it's so easy if you're doing barbell work to let one side start taking over. It's natural, you know, usually one arm is dominant. That'll take over if you let it. So if over time that's happened to you, or maybe you've had an injury, get back to doing some more isolation work. All right, that is it. Now, we're just gonna go for an insane pump to finish it off. So we've done our warm-up, our pre-exhaustion, our incline, our flat. Now we're gonna be attacking it for that lower outer pec. So we're gonna be doing a decline type of movement here on the dips. So we're gonna be going straight from dips to a T-bar press. And then we're gonna be going straight to a modified push-up just to exhaust, completely annihilate the chest, just force as much blood into your pecs as possible. So we're gonna be doing these non-stop, and then a minute rest, non-stop, minute rest, and then one more. So by the end of it, heart rate should be up too. So first and foremost on the dip, we're gonna be doing a dip for chest. Now, most of the time when we're doing dips, it's for triceps. The way we make it for chest is by keeping the hips back and high. The chest, we're not gonna round our shoulders and concave it. We're gonna be keeping it out. It's gonna look something like this, and then bringing the hips high. You can see I was almost parallel with the floor there. Straight into our T-bar press here. Again, I'm just gonna wrap my hands around the bar here at the top, get a nice angle away from the bar, almost like we're creating a triangle here. Down to the top of the pec, back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last thing, straight into our modified push-up. Now this one might look a little bit weird. You might get people in the gym telling you you have bad form, but again, it's working the muscle and that's all we're caring about. This isn't an ego workout, so we don't care about what people in the gym are thinking about us. Our butt's gonna be high in the air, and as you come down, you come forward as well, and then push back. Maybe get as many as you can there, and then just switch it up to a normal press, a normal push-up. As long as I got a little pec pop in there, I know my chest has not gone to failure. I got a little bit left, so I got 2 more rounds in here. We're gonna try to get it to the point where I can't contract those pecs at all. Chest dips are a very underrated exercise for chest. You get a great squeeze on there. We're gonna be going down just below parallel, or just below 90 degrees, and then all the way up just short of locking out. That's gonna keep tension throughout the movement on the pec. We're using that bent over movement. It's almost like a press, almost like a fly movement. Pretend you're hugging a tree as you are doing your chest dip. As I hit failure, I did some partial reps there. It's a way of extending the set. Finish off with our modified push-ups. Hit failure there. Knock out a couple more. Check your pec bounce. Still just a little bit, damn it. All right, for the last round, everything you got. Nothing left in the tank. When you walk out of the gym, you should know that there is nothing else you could have done. Last set, best set, here we go. Full range of motion now on this. We just did some partials to extend it. Now we're back in full range. 2, 3. Can't do any more full ones. Finish strong now. Here we go. Butt goes in the air. By doing your workout, by pushing it when you want to quit, by forcing out one of those 1 or 2 extra reps when your mind doesn't want to go on, but you push your body a little bit past to that point, that's gonna flow over in every other area of life. So it starts right here, right now with you in the gym. Just because it's not leg day or back day doesn't mean you shouldn't leave gassed. The pec pop, nothing, we got nothing left. That's good work. Again, it's a balanced approach. We hit things from every different angle, cables, machine, free weights, and it's all done without working out your ego, just your chest. Like always, if you guys want to see the full workout written out, check out the page below. Go ahead and leave comments and questions. Also, if you're looking for more workouts from me, there's plenty on bodybuilding.com. Also on my website, Steve Cook Health, my YouTube, Steve Cook, and then follow me, SteveCook_32 on all social media. If you guys want more free videos and articles, keep coming back to bodybuilding.com.